Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another trading session. It is Friday. I hope you're doing well. I hope your week went well as well. So yeah, I made it back with a camera. Yesterday I streamed without it. I really don't know what happened, honestly. I just rebooted my PC, and after it, yeah, everything worked fine after it. So yeah, guys, let's get straight into the charts. We are approaching the open, 9:30 open. So what do we have for today's action? Yeah, keep in mind that 8:30 we got the news release. So 8:30 we got NFP. So far, data highs have been taken out, and we are left with data lows as our sell side point here. So let me just mark these data lows here. There we go. So keep in mind that we are on all-time highs here on ES. As you can see, this was the yesterday's run. Yeah, let me just switch it to the combine. So yeah, this was the run that price made yesterday. Yesterday I opened a position accidentally here, but closed it right after, because yeah, I was not I had no intention to play the markets yesterday, so that's why you see here the order execution. So what is the game plan for today's action, right? That's the main question, and that's what I will try to present you as well. So all-time highs on ES and Q, it's lagging a bit behind. If you switch to NQ, MNQ here, and you look at the higher time frames, as the I think the 1 hour is enough here. So if you look at it, just let me take this out, this one as well, and this one as well. So if you look at it, we still have this trend line liquidity on NQ, which we are attacking right now. So I presume that the run will be finished as soon as we hit new all-time highs on NQ as well, because there's still a lot of liquidity here, and this can eventually drag ES to the upside as well. So this is kind of a longer term bias and a longer term plan. I cannot say that I believe that it will do it today, because I would like to see some measure of rebalance here as well first, before these stops before these stops get attacked. So coming back to ES, we are indeed on all-time highs, as you can see here. I kind of, if you look into my streams at the beginning of the week, I told you about a 3 drive pattern that I was looking into, but yeah, it kind of failed here with this recovery of price here that I was not expecting this recovery. But I guess since there was a lot of liquidity still on NQ, ES got dragged to the upside as well. So yeah, the most logical thing is the upside to continue, and we will probably continue to see a march towards new all-time highs probably. This is the longer game plan that I'm searching for, and eventually that it will happen. Right now, what am I looking for right now? So right now, it's kind of tricky, because we are in uncharted territory, and whenever we are inside of uncharted territory, it's it's kind of hard to deliver a plan and to see what can happen in the next couple of minutes, of hours, or eventually days. So whenever we are in an all-time highs, the only thing that you can do is project price. So looking into it, and looking into the 1 minute projecting price from the last bearish leg, which is this one here, with the NFP release, we can see that we hit minus 1.5 standard deviation, and we started to range. So price has been accumulating since 9 o'clock, and with the open, it is possible that we can eventually see some sort of manipulation. So this is the accumulation. We might end up getting some sort of manipulation to the upside or eventually to the downside. And after it, the usual thing that happens is a distribution. So what am I looking for here? I'm just waiting for the manipulation to happen. And after it, we'll eventually take a measure of a plan. I don't know if we will manipulate to the upside. It would be interesting to see some sort of manipulation to the upside, doing another high, eventually coming here to minus 2 point standard deviation, and then price displacing lower, reaching for some sort of retracement, because there's still a lot of liquidity here. These data lows are kind of enticing as well. So this could eventually be a plan here, but the opposite can happen as well. So something like this happening, marching towards new lows, and then invert and continue its way to the upside. So we will have to be patient today, and not try to force anything because it's NFP day. It is Friday. We are at the end of the week as well. So keep things simple, and don't try to force anything, because whenever you try to force anything on a Friday, it usually ends up as a mess. So yeah, keep that in mind, and don't try to act as a hero, or I don't know, do something that would be forcing something. So let's see what will happen. So far, nothing. So far, we are still ranging here. It's interesting to see price getting supported by the 9:30 open, but I guess it will not take any longer here. So far, we have no fair value gap, no first presented fair value gap. We could eventually consider a fair value gap here, and ICT talks about the implied fair value gap, which is whenever you have 2 wicks getting in touch of each other. The only thing that you have to do is to eventually take 50% of this wick, 50% of that one, and then you have your implied fair value gap. I usually don't work with them. I prefer the normal ones, the clearer ones, and not the implied ones. But yeah, this one can act as a bearish first presented fair value gap here, and so far it's being respected. So price tend to drive a little bit lower. We still have this order block here. We still have these lows right here as well. So let's wait a bit. But yeah, I see that price is in a deep premium right now, where minus 1.5 standard deviation was the top of it. It right at the start of the session, it came to those highs. It cleaned those highs, not the way that I would like to see them be cleaned. I would like to see them be cleaned in a much stronger way, just like NQ did it. If you look at NQ is already dipping hard, um, while ES is still struggling to take any sort of any kind of direction. So just ranging, nothing to do here. We have to give it some more time just to see how it will develop. Still accumulating here, as you can see. So we took out these lows, but formed some relative equal lows here as well. So nothing that we can say that's a liquidity purge or a stop hunt or anything like that. Yeah, ES is still mumbling around here. NQ took some measure of sell side already. While ES is still struggling to get any sort of direction. Yeah, so far nothing to do here. If we take a look at NQ, this could eventually be some sort of accumulation. This could be some sort of manipulation. And this could be some sort of distribution if price really comes inside a range with a strong behavior and eventually getting above this 930 candle. But yeah, we still have to wait before taking anything here. Let's get back into ES. On ES, I really would like to see some sort of bigger manipulation to the downside. I don't believe this is a manipulation yet. So if you look into NQ, it really dipped inside the 15-minute fair value gap, while ES is still respecting that 15-minute order block or trying to form that 15-minute order block. So yeah, these last couple of days, ES has been behaving as a barcode right at the at the first minutes of the open. It's kind of hard to decipher what it really wants to do in these couple of minutes. But so far, yeah, it's still ranging, so we have nothing to work with on ES. Let me just mark the 950 to 1110 macro, which might help us to decide what type of action ES wants to take part. Let me check the regular trading hours as well. So yeah, so far no retracement. No retracement to on this opening range gap. No retracement at all. So these yellow lines that you see here, these are the opening range gap quarters. Opening range gap quarters. So far we are holding 930 open. But yeah, this is some sort of poor price action on ES. As you can see, we have relative equal highs, relative equal lows here. So this is just a 50-50 situation now. Price trying to displace below 930. Let me just check the 15-minute time frame here. Yeah, we have this bullish fair value gap here. I will mark this as well. So 15 minutes. So price now trying to displace below 930. Let's just see if it holds or if it's just a manipulation or trying to take out these lows before heading higher, because I don't like how price left these relative equal highs here. Really don't like this type of behavior. So accumulation is starting to get broken here with this leg to the downside. Let's see if this is really some sort of distribution to the downside, or if this is just a manipulation lower to entice some shorts and eventually heading higher. 930 acting as resistance right now. We still have midnight open here. Once again, we have some sort of megaphone here with higher highs, higher lows, which is not great at all, honestly. I really don't like when price do such thing. It can be some sort of a seek and destroy pattern where price just keeps setting lower, then it comes here, grab these highs, this place is lower, then it comes once again, new high, makes a new low. Let's see. Nice displacement to the downside, to the upside. I don't think this is enough for manipulation, but it can be. Right now I see some sort of SMT here in between ES and NQ on the lower time frames here. Let's see. It made a new high and then retraced deep here back inside this range. So I don't know if it really wants to run to the upside. The only thing that's telling me that price wants to run to the upside is this SMT here in between ES and NQ. NQ seems way cleaner. And this is the first presented fair value gap, the official one. So price is now retesting the first presented fair value gap inside the macro. So yeah, this could eventually be some sort of there you go. See, this is why I don't like to trade when price is really doing this type of action. Seems like a seek and destroy for me. Well, if it really comes back above, then we will have a crappy day. Let's see. Let's see if we have some sort of follow through, because at this point, I don't believe that this is the manipulation to the upside. Usually, a manipulation is something strong. It can be this one. as a manipulation, but I don't know. At this point, I need to see some more price action just to be sure about what's going to happen. Yeah, if you look at NQ, yeah, if you look at NQ, we still have an SMT with NQ. Yeah, so far not the best price action, honestly. I don't like how prices is developing. As you can see here, we are still making new lows and new highs. So I don't like how we left these highs here. Nice displacement here. So far, 25% of the opening range gap is being rebalanced. If price reaches this yellow line here, it will do 50%. Tricky price action today. The thing is that ES is doing new lows, but yeah, NQ is trying to hold price. So this might end up being a manipulation to the downside. So that's why I'm just waiting. Because if we display somehow to the upside once again inside the macro, then we might end up being inside of a manipulation. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of a hard read for me today. We have this 15-minute fair value gap here, the bullish one. So price can eventually react to it as well. It's kind of a tricky situation to go short here, despite I mentioned since the beginning of the stream that these data lows were kind of juicy for me. I really didn't like how we just purged these highs just like this. I was expecting something more violent or something bearish. But yeah, it can be. Can be a distribution leg here, and this was a tiny manipulation to the upside, this leg here. But I don't know. I will give it some more minutes. So far, no fall through to the downside here. Let me mark this tiny fair value gap. It seems to me that it will be inverted. Let's just see. Now NQ is barcoding as well. But now it got respected here. Let me just check the 15-minute here. Oh, yeah, we are inside the 15-minute fair value gap, the bullish one. It's kind of a tricky spot to short, honestly. Let me just check the other time frames, the 3-minute and the 2-minute. Yeah. Nice move so far. Kind of tricky to catch it, honestly. Very sloppy price action here. And then this violent 2-minute displacement here will take out this low very quickly. Yeah. Yeah, and at this point I believe that data lows will be our main draw. 2-minute order block here. Let's see. This leg can act as a manipulation still. Well, this is the type of day where you know where price is heading, but it's kind of hard to engage with it. And let me just check the volatility here. So these are 7 handle candles. Yeah. Quite volatile. Let's see if price really wants to come out of and trespass the 15-minute fair value gap, or if this is just a fake breakout. We are inside a macro. Bearish fair value gaps were respected here. So in fact, there was no model for me to enter so far. And I really didn't like how price just left these highs. It seems to me that these highs are too clean for me. Right now NQ it's kind of choppy as well. So price came to the order block, the 2-minute fair value gap as well, and it's displacing lower. So yeah, I believe we will head lower. We will probably get to these data lows here. Price is trying to play below midnight open as well. But the risk to reward is horrendous. It's not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. Yeah, I will not take this one. I will not take this one because it is acceptable for price to come once again here. And this stop loss size would ruin my risk to reward. So, and yeah, and I'm still suspicious about these highs. Seems to me that this is too clean for me. I'm patiently waiting. No trades yet. Nothing that screams to me. That screams, "Oh, Miguel, you have to take this one." This is the type of days that, yeah, you are probably right with the direction of the trade, but the way you will engage with it, it's not the most favorable thing to do. So let's see it develop. No FOMO, no nothing. Seems like price is trying to reject midnight open here. Let's see if it really rejects it or if this is just a manipulation leg here, just like a Judas swing. Well, in fact, it is taking some time to get lower, but I guess it will do it right now. So we have 8:30 open here as well. As you can see, it is wicking a lot. So these are things that, yeah, that usually happen when price wants to stop a little bit or just reverse. Just let me take a measure of projection here. Yeah, price just stopped at minus 1.5 standard deviation, as you can see here. Just like the run to the upside. We'll take this one out here. Yeah, we are finishing the first macro here. And now I'm curious to see if this will be a macro to macro move. So a descent, a drive to drive south until 1050, or if this will mark an inversion here just to go higher. Now we are getting some follow through. Yeah, the only option that I could have as an entry was here, somewhere here. But yeah, the size of the stop loss would have to be massive because we still have this gap here. It could be acceptable for price to come once again revisit this area here before heading lower. So and data lows, they have nice confluence here with minus 2.5 standard deviation, as you can see here. There we go. The follow through here. So the plan was the reading of price action was not that bad. The only thing that really put made me be suspicious about were these highs here. It seems to me that these were too clean, and I really didn't see that manipulation leg to the upside that I like to see. This was the manipulation leg here, and usually I like to see something more aggressive and not just something that will take out these highs just like this. I like to see something aggressive and usually forming some type of a fair value gap outside of these wicks. But yeah, nice. If someone catch the short, yeah, that's perfect. That's really perfect. So minus 2.5 standard deviation will be hit here. Just a matter of minutes before it will take data lows. And as you can see here, there we go. NQ will head towards data lows as well. So nice read, honestly. It was a nice read. The only thing that really didn't make me take the short was the risk to reward ratio here was kind of crappy because I would have to extend my stop loss at least here, and it would give me something like a, yeah, price was somewhere here when I decided. So I would have to take something like this. This is a 1.5. It's not that good, honestly. I would have no drawdown, but yeah, not that good. I don't like to play setups when my projection does not give me at least 2R. Because if I need to take some partials, I would end up with a trade uh, that has about 1R, and that's not ideal. So yeah, at this point, we reached our drawn liquidity. price really reached drawn liquidity, it can eventually extend to -4 standard deviation. It can eventually happen, and it seems like it. Yeah, no hard feelings. No hard feelings because I was kind of correct with my drawn liquidity. The only thing that I was expecting was some sort of a higher push here. I didn't like how we left these highs here. Maybe they will be purged later. Um, and that was the thing that kept me from not going into something like a trade around this area here. At this point, I believe that we will probably invert this fair value gap. But as soon as we didn't make it, I was kind of afraid to sell short on a 15-minute fair value gap. That's not my cup of tea as well. Yeah, but sometimes it happens. No hard feelings. I think I've read the market very well, so the macro behaved pretty well as well. So it marked the beginning of the move. Now price is trying to stretch a little bit more, eventually trying to get to -4 standard deviation. Let me just check where -4 standard deviation is. Yeah, we might end up stretching until these relative equal lows here. Yeah, we will probably hit -4 standard deviation soon. There we go. Yeah, this was some sort of a some sort of a hard drop. 40 handles. Nice drop. Yeah, very nice drop here. Yeah, one of those days where you know where the market's going, but it's kind of hard to interact with it. No hard feelings, honestly. I'm content about knowing where the market is heading. Let me check the higher time frames here on ES. We still have some room to go lower, and on NQ as well. Yeah, but there's a lot of imbalances right now, so it's kind of hard to decipher where you could enter or re-enter in a short position. Yeah, nothing really screamed to me as an entry. The model was, yeah, it was kind of here, but it was here, honestly. It had the breaker here, but honestly, I didn't take it because, yeah, we had this 15-minute fair value gap right below us, and I was expecting something more aggressive as a purge on liquidity here. So at this point, -4 standard deviation is hit. So to wherever took a trade, a short, uh, you can eventually leave a runner because there is still room for some more downside. But yeah, if you're trying to enter right now, I think you're trying to chase something. At this point, you just have to accept it that uh, you didn't catch it, and that's it. Otherwise, you will be just chasing price, and chasing price usually is ends up in a problem. Yeah, price is still bleeding, and it will probably bleed a little bit more since we still have a lot of room. Yeah, but it was kind of interesting to see that price did not did not give us the the actual purge that I was expecting. It kind of formed some sort of a mini SMT here in width and Q. Mm. So at this point, it's it's easy to see that this will be a macro to macro movement. So this downwards move will probably end at 1050. So 1050 here. It started right at 950 and it will probably um, end up here somewhere at 1050. So we might have some sort of a reversal as well. Let me just check one thing here. This is a little bit messy, but yeah, this is the weekly. I'm just looking at the weekly candle to see how it's starting to present itself. Yeah, we might end up retrace a little bit higher, but yeah, that's not sure for sure. I'm just curious to see if the movement will stop at 1050 and just see how it will behave as soon as we get there. That's what I'm curious to see at this point. Yeah, but this was a nice movement to the downside. See, notice how we took these lows that we were talking about whenever price was somewhere around here. We still have these relative equal lows as well, so price is taking them down now. And yeah, we still have these lows as well. So we might end up stopping probably around this 1 hour fair value gap here. This to me seems the most logical way, the most logical pit stop for price right now. We are approaching 1050 as well. But yeah, this was a nice run to the downside, honestly. Let me just check the 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and the 3 minutes. Yeah, it was a heavy drive to the downside. There we go. Price is still heading towards the bullish fair value gap, the 1 hour. This might be the pit stop where price will face some resistance here. If it reaches the 1 hour fair value gap inside this time window, yeah, that could eventually be some sort of a reversal play that's getting played out at that time. Yeah, at this point it's hard to decipher where to sculpt the market just to catch this move here. It's kind of hard because it can retrace to anywhere. It can eventually do something like this, and yeah, it's kind of hard if you're not inside the trade yet, or if you do not catch the trade somewhere around here. It's just a chasing game right now. You just have to accept it that it will be a run, and it will be a run without you. That's the only thing to say right now. More opportunities will come, and you have to accept the fact that you cannot participate in every move. It's not possible. Despite having a good read, sometimes it's just like that. It's hard, and that's one of the hardest psychological things that as a trader you have to accept. Whenever you see the market doing something like this, like a one-way drive, um, you just have to accept it that you're not in, and yeah, at least you're not losing money. You just have to accept that. That's it. Because being break even, it's also part of a profitable trader. A profitable trader has more break even days than winning days. that's that's part of the game. That's how traders maintain and preserve their capital. It's the break even days. So we are really approaching 10:15, and I'm just curious to see if price will stop there or not, or if it will offer us some sort of closing macro action, which usually is a retrace. Once again, approaching new low. Let's see. We still have 4 minutes before the macro. So price is still heading south, and there's not much to see around right now. Let's see if price will give us some more downside here. Just a little more to the downside, not a stretch to the downside. I think it will do it. Just a matter of time. 10:50. We are entering the macro. And as soon as we hit the macro, I would like to see some sort of reaction, some sort of a bullish reaction. If not, if we don't see that bullish reaction, we might end up ending the day on a sideways price action, just like doing something like this. The last stretch. Mm. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more before we end the stream as well. But here we go. Some sort of displacement to the upside as soon as we enter the macro. Yeah. See, 1050, we are inside a macro and price is now trying to react. So this was a 950 to 1050 move. So 1 hour of downside here, as you can see, a clean downside. It doesn't mean that the downside will stop here, but just to see that a macro to macro movement can eventually happen. It was a big move. Was not expecting such a big move, honestly. Price went down 1%, which is a lot for ES. And now we have that retrace that we were waiting for. Price went short a bit from the pit stop that we were talking about, but yeah, it's giving us the retrace that we were expecting at 1050. So once again, the read was good. And it now can eventually go for equilibrium of this range. So this one here, this fair value gap here, can eventually act as our next drawn liquidity. This bearish fair value gap here. can act as a drawn liquidity, but price can take a long time to reach for it, and it can be a risky move to the upside and a risky trade if you guys want to take it. See, 950 to 1050 move, very nice, very clean. Fortunately, I didn't participate because yeah, don't I guess the problem was here. I was expecting a manipulation higher. Price didn't give us that manipulation higher, and yeah, I didn't expect that we were acting like this was the manipulation. I was expecting something higher. We did, in fact, print an SMT in between ES and in Q, and we displaced lower. So we had some form of confirmation for that SMT, but yeah, it was not enough for me. And yeah, we missed this move. It's not. It's okay to miss. No, I don't think it's a tragedy. There will be more days like this. It's not my entire career here, so it's very, very, very acceptable for you, for me, for everybody to miss some trades. This was indeed a good opportunity. I would have profited a lot here, but I don't know. It is what it is. This will not be my last trade or my unique trade of my trading career. So it's acceptable. It's acceptable not to engage with everything that you see. It's acceptable for you to end up break even. It's acceptable to take some losses as well. So everything it's acceptable. You have to program your mind that yeah, it's not only winning days. If you want to succeed in trading, you have to accept that it's not only winning days. A trader career is made by a lot of break-even days, just like this. Some losing days and some winning days as well. So this is trading, and trading, the harsh reality of trading is this, and you have to accept it. And most people say or think that trading is always a win-win situation. It's always a it's always a win, and that's a lie. If someone tells you that, oh, I always win, I have a 100% win rate, so I or something like that, yeah, they're lying to you. It's not possible. It's not possible, and you have to keep that in mind and not be numbled, and not be, I don't know how to say it, but not be enticed to get into trading or do something but trading, thinking that, oh, I will just win. This will always be a win. No, it won't. That's the harsh reality of it. So as I told you, this was a high risk trade. So whenever you have a large downfall or a large pump to the upside, taking something to reach for internal liquidity, yeah, it's always risky, because you never know where price may stop, and it's hard to get some form of it's hard to trade whenever you have your external liquidity taken and expect it to go for internal liquidity, which is this one right here. It's very hard. It's very hard. You have to be patient. Usually the run from external liquidity to internal liquidity, it's always something messy. It can eventually take time. On the other hand, if you try to trade something like internally, imagine that price comes here, right? And then you have this liquidity here. You reached internal liquidity, makes something like this, your model presents, and yeah, usually the drop is way quicker. The move from internal liquidity to external liquidity is it's always better and always quicker. So price keeps falling. Price keeps falling here. We still have to reach for the 1 hour fair value gap, and we might eventually react to it. So price is now digging inside the hourly fair value gap. Let's see if it really digs inside of it or it's just purging some liquidity and it will react to the upside. I will probably stay here until the end of the macro. And then I will probably close the stream, close the week as well. Was a break-even week without any type of trades. Let's see if we have some trades the next week. If we are able to take some trades the next week, I hope so. And yeah, guys, so far, if you like the stream, if you like the vibe of the stream, the way I read price action, the way I act, yeah, just give it a thumbs up on the stream. and follow for more streams as well. I will try to be here every day, in between 9:15 to 9:30 New York local time. So I guess that's the magical hour. That's the opening of New York's city. Yeah, seems like the fuel is getting out. The fuel is reaching its end. So I told you before that this would be an area where price could eventually do a pit stop and yeah, see how long it's taking um, to suppress or eventually to react here. We are in this area for about 20 minutes now. So this was um, the most logical place for price to make a pit stop. Bearish fair value gap respected here, midpoint of it. So let's see if price wants to go a little bit further down. For that to happen, it needs to close below this green candle here. So far, no close below. But yeah, it was a nice, an interesting, was an interesting stream today. Haven't seen, there we go. Haven't seen the market move in a way like this for a long time now, especially inside New York AM session. And yeah, it was fun to see that price really dig lower today. Let me just check the higher time frames now, just to see how we are behaving. Yeah, not looking pretty, honestly. Unless we close above, we close below this one here, then I would believe that okay, we will go lower. If we manage to close below this body here, yeah, then we will form a bearish order block, and yeah, we might see lower prices because we still have these one right here. But we will have to wait. We will have to wait. Initially, in the beginning of the week, I told you guys that I was expecting for a bearish September. These 2 days kind of, yeah, these 2 days kind of catched me off guard. I was not expecting this type of price action these two couple of days, um, but it can be some type of a manipulation to the upside, making a new high and then displacing lower. So my bearish theory might be still in place, but we need to see some more measure of downside just to confirm that. So nice reaction here. If you would like to if you would like to trade anything here, it seems like this one will get inverted. So this is an inversion. We are post 11, past 11. So this is the macro closure of New York AM session. We just need a breaker now. I will consider these two candles here because the other one is too small. So these two candles mark some form of a breaker. And now we have our model in place. And this would be some sort of low-hanging fruit here. This would be the first take profit. And this one right here would be your second take profit. But keep in mind that, as I was telling you, and I told you before, this can be a pain to watch. it can take a long time before it reaches here. So, but let me give it some more minutes just to see if it develops or not. So far, it is looking good. Let me just project price just to see how far it can go. Yeah, minus 2.5 standard deviation, which always is a major point of sell side of liquidity, has some confluence with this fair value gap, so it could be a nice target. And this order block as well. So this is a trade based on time. It's 11 on in New York, so this is a time for some sort of a retrace that can eventually happen. I'm not taking it because it's Friday and it goes outside of my trading plan, but um usually it works. Now price retracing a bit here. We'll just give it some more minutes. Curious to see if it will reach our first target here. That would give us a 1R, probably, yes. Let's just see if this red candle will act as a order block. For that to happen, we need to see a green candle closing above it. It is acceptable for price to come back inside the breaker. Nice reaction here. it's taking some time, but as I said, these types of setups, when you look for a rebalance of internal liquidity, yeah, they always take much more time than when you search for something internal to external. So you have to be patient. You have to believe in what you're doing, and see, if we close above here, now we have our order block. Nice retest of the inverted fair value gap here. So far, everything is looking good. The only thing that's not looking that good is these relative equal lows here, which can make price retrace a little bit, taking out these lows. This would be a partial here, this area around here. Oops. Yeah, partial. Yeah, so far everything according to what I've said. So the pit stop here on price, the macro ending the movement, the downwards move ending at 1050, the inversion happening after 11, and eventually here price reaching for some sort of internal liquidity. We have this bearish fair value gap, but this one should not be a problem. As soon as you take partial, you should put your stop at break even. So that way your winning trade will never be a loser, or will never transform into something that will make you lose money. Yeah, I can add here partial plus break even. See, it's taking a bit of time. But you have to trust your plan and just wait. It's teasing. See how we fell short. At this point, if you're not secure about what to do, you can take an early partial and eventually put your stop at break even, and that way you will be secured with no drawdown, with no losses if price wants to just come lower. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for today's stream. I think we hit the 2 hour mark as well already. Yes, we did. Um, so yeah, it's just a matter of time before price will hit this high. You can confirm it later. For now, I think this was a pretty good stream, a pretty good read on price as well. Unfortunately, we did not I did not engage with anything here. As I said before, I was expecting a large manipulation to the upside. But looking in hindsight, I could have entered somewhere around here because we had some sort of an SMT with NQ followed by displacement, which usually confirms the SMT. And then we would have been, if I entered somewhere around here, I would eventually take some partials around here, and eventually the majority of the position around here, and this would have been a runner probably. But yeah, that's me talking in insight right now. Then this setup, this was pretty clean here, honestly. But it does not belong to my trading plan. That's why. But yeah, see, there we go. At this point, our first partial would be hit. We would move our stop loss to break even. So at this point, it would be a winning trade just to just leaving a runner if price wants to come here. But yeah, guys, I think it was a good stream after all. So if you like it, if you really liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel wherever you're watching me. And yeah, more streams will come, more days will come, more break-even days will come, more losing days will come, more profitable days will come as well. So it's all part of the journey and all part of being a trader. So thank you very much, guys, for being here. Thank you very much for your support as well. I hope to see you next Monday at the same time as well. So thank you very much. And yeah, keep safe and stay safe and have a nice weekend. Thank you very much.
it back.